The BYU Biocomms Lab is a state-of-the-art facility. To have an elite biometrics lab that you can train in, that you can work in, and conduct cutting-edge research is a truly rare opportunity.
There are several other universities that have labs, but ours is unique in the fact that it integrates multiple types of technology: eye tracking, galvanic skin response, facial recognition, and virtual reality.
Biometric research has significant implications for human health. It's advanced our understanding of children and how they react to the media, patient education materials, advanced health literacy, and people's understanding of media consumption.
When we have survey research, it can only tell us so much. But when we measure how the body responds to media, the body cannot lie. We're just able to detect what your emotions are. Are you happy? Are you sad? Whether you're bored or whether you're excited.
The focus of the Biocomms Lab is to bring students into a real research environment, and then to get their hands dirty, to ask some questions, to dive in and chase their curiosity to figure out what they are interested in.
My research focuses on social media and its relation to health. So I'm looking at body image and beauty filters and ultimately individuals' desires to undergo an elective cosmetic surgery procedure. I originally got interested in the topic of body image. I was looking for a topic to write a research paper on, and I wanted to tie in something that I was already interested in, which was beauty, fashion and trends and things like that. And I stumbled across a documentary that was looking at westernization beauty standards and how that leads some individuals to decide to undergo a cosmetic procedure.
So I started in the Biocomms Lab in 2005. And Steve Thompson was the one who originally created this lab. And he had a whole line of research that was looking at body image, how we compare ourselves to people in magazines. Steve lit that fire in me as a researcher, and I've kind of picked up that torch. And so now here we are 15 years later, and I'm starting to do research on not magazines, but social media. And then my student, CAMILLA Owens, has picked up the torch there, and she's also looking at body image, but she's taking it the next step to see how these images impact us psychologically and then ultimately cause us to want to change ourselves through plastic surgery or other means.
So ultimately, I'm hoping that my research brings some helpful data for policymakers, social media users, so that better decisions can be made that benefit individuals who may be susceptible to negative perceptions of body image.
A lab essentially is a student-run lab with mentored learning from faculty members. The whole purpose of the lab is to light fire under the students when it comes to doing academic research. And so we want to get them really interested in the entire research process. That, hey, this is incredible. I knew nothing about this. Now I want to go to grad school. Now I want to go get a PhD. And that is what we're seeing in the lab. We want this to be a fun experience, a learning experience.
Over the past decade or so, we've had over 30 academic publications come through that lab. Whether it's a thesis, a manuscript that gets submitted to a conference, or a journal, ultimately those students, they're making an important mark on the research community.
I see the student experience within the Biocomms Lab as a wonderful opportunity for you to just come as you are, to learn and to be mentored, and to be able to push beyond what you think your limitations might be.
You know, the most fulfilling part of working in the lab for me is to see students come in, find their passion, and then leave the lab and chase it, wherever that takes them. And they learn that they can actually make an impact in the world.
Media arts offers a variety of experiential learning opportunities for students. We have professional or faculty mentored projects that students are able to participate in. As the projects progress, as they begin to work on more and more things and interact with each other, they begin to feel more of a sense of belonging. They're also developing these friendships that transcend the university.
The Media Arts program does a great job of pairing each student up with a faculty mentor. That one-on-one mentorship that I had was priceless. And the connections I've made in those opportunities have helped me get other jobs, connect with people, and has prepared me to graduate and hit the ground running. Before I had even gotten into the program, I didn't know if I even wanted to make movies. But since going through the program, I've been more inspired to make stuff that is beautiful, meaningful, and spiritual.
I'm currently working as an editor for the South Dakota episode of the States of America project.
States of America is a series of documentary shorts featuring one person in each state in the United States. Ultimately, States of America is about the diverse landscapes, both cultural and physical, of our country. I started States of America in 2009, and after I finished enough episodes and felt like I was ready to share them, I started sharing them on my website, and ultimately it was picked up to be seen on public television stations nationwide and pbs.org.
One of the really unique things that Brad Barber has to offer, both I think as a mentor and teacher and as a filmmaker, is his ability to offer opportunities to new and emerging filmmakers and helping the student filmmaker find their voice and helping them find and tell their stories authentically.
Right on day one, I noticed that Brad really wanted the States of America series to be about people and people's experiences in each state, whether those experiences be good or bad. The South Dakota episode is about an artist living in the Black Hills who, after losing her studio in a fire, finds inspiration in the destruction and is working right now to rebuild herself as an artist.
I was walking in my neighborhood and I'd seen this like hunky old trailer and not really noticed it. And then one time I went, I can make this into a mobile studio. And that was something I could do. I'm not waiting for anybody. I'm not waiting for justice. I'm not waiting for a building. I'm able to work on this.
Getting a single program, much less a series, on public television is quite an accomplishment. And for States of America to accomplish that, it's amazing.
I have really learned a ton from Brad. His methodical approach has helped me, through this process, pinpoint the story.
It's really important to me to teach students how to tell stories about real people, to learn the technical skills they need to do that, but also to learn the storytelling skills to pull meaning and story structure out of a conversation with somebody. It's a really delicate kind of thing.
I think that's so important today for us to recognize and hear from each other no matter where we live, and recognize the unique value that comes from all across the country.
Working in this project has helped me develop technical skills, but I've really been grateful for the experiences that I've had to help me grow spiritually. My ability to empathize has increased. In order to tell a good story or tell the true story, we need to first listen and also have the right heart. And if we have our hearts open to what they're trying to say, we can relate to them and we can find these connections.
Living Legends is part of the dance department, and they've been one of our top performing groups for over 50 years. They've been around for a very, very long time. Most of our students are not dance majors, and the beauty of that is we're able to give inspiring learning opportunities to talented members all over the campus. Other universities don't do this, and we're lucky to have that talent.
When I came to BYU, the Living Legends were performing the show Seasons, which has been the show for a little over 20 years. And I was given the charge to start to think about a new show that represents our group well. The show Seasons has been such an important part of Living Legends for so long that I wanted to make sure I honored the communities that we were serving. And it was important to me to get the voice of my students. So then the student leadership came to my house and we wrote for 3 days.
Student leadership was able to put in their own ideas, their own experiences, and their own cultural knowledge. To me, it's important because this show is going to be used for a while at least, and it's cool to know that some of the things that I was able to put in will be used and shared with audiences around the world.
Go My Son has been part of the Living Legends since the beginning. Everywhere that we go, people know it, and they sing it with us, and often they cry with us. And so it was important to us to make sure we incorporate this song in some form.
Go My Son was written by Native American students from Living Legends. Our finale is Go My Son still. That has always been the finale, and we still do the same sign language they have done 50 years ago.
Living Legends, they act as ambassadors for the church and for the university in many, many ways. At BYU, our job is to create inspiring learning opportunities that anchor the students, that our students can serve other people, to hopefully inspire them to want to be a part of our program or to even just learn a new talent.
As part of our tours for Living Legends, we not only perform our full shows, but we also do outreaches and we perform smaller shows to students in different schools, like elementary schools, high schools. And at the end, we have the privilege of actually talking to them, shaking their hands, getting to know these students as well.
It was just so impressive and amazing to watch those kids intermix with the Living Legends. After they left, I had 2 students that came into my classroom and said, "Mr. Broby, we need the Instagram address for one of the performers because we want to go to her school and be just like her." And I thought that was really important because they knew in order to do that, they're going to have to finish school if they're going to go to college. And I just thought, what greater thing can you do than to encourage kids to be proud of their culture and want to finish school so they can maybe go out and see the world and do like what the Living Legends are doing.